And you know what? Can I tell you guys something? I don't think I told my sister this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna tell it on the record. So if anybody wants a chisme, you got to come in. When she Hey, what's up? Welcome to Heal, Laugh, and Rise Up. I'm Jessie, your badass two-time cancer fighter, soul work mentor, and your favorite Latina.
Hi, and I'm Amber, a chemo nurse by day, caretaker to my husband by night, all while being a scrunchy mom.
We're here to talk all about our traumas and how we use them to grow, honey.
So grab your drink and let's get in today's miracle and shit show.
It's gonna be so
Speaking
so
of
nice.
babies, you got to witness a baby be born.
Isn't it so crazy that now we're so,
Oh
like
my
I'm telling you,
God.
we're so connected. Like now we're like talking about a baby. Like
I know.
we wouldn't
Today's theme is baby.
9 months ago this conversation would have never happened.
No.
I would never think that I would be having this conversation and telling people what I'm about to say, or I don't know if you feel the same way, that you didn't think you would actually say something like this. No?
Well,
But
I knew I'd want more kids, but right now, no, I didn't know.
yeah. So
You
it's
never
crazy.
know. That's why it's called a miracle.
I know. That's why it's so amazing. My
You got to see the
sister
miracle of life.
to
Are you
see, and
traumatized?
I am not traumatized, and I'll say it very quickly. My sister, my young sister, who were 15 years apart, I believe, or 14. She's the youngest in the family, and she's having her last child, and that I think everybody has done the math, and we've come to the agreement that this is the last baby in our family. So when
Hmm.
she told us she was pregnant, we were so excited because we kind of knew this is the last grandkid, this is the last niece or nephew, and then we all get to have a little baby again, you know? And
Yeah.
as months progressed, she had a conversation with me about that you can have, I guess, your husband and another person, I think. I don't know if that's common, but two people in the room with you. And she was trying to decide, and she's having a hard time. And I told her, just let it come to you. God is going to reveal what the answer is. And if the answer is just you and your husband, and that's what it is, just don't stress about it. And then some time went by, and then she called me and said, well, we want you to be there. And I was like, "Oh," and you know what? Can I tell you guys something? I don't think I told my sister this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna tell it on the record. So if anybody wants a chisme, you got to come in. When she when she told me that she couldn't figure out between what to do, there was a part of me that thought, why not me? So it's almost like we were connected and we knew that it
Yeah.
was supposed to be us,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't gonna ask because I feel like that's kind of intrusive. Anyway, she asked me, and I said yes. And then, Amber, you were so gracious enough to gift us a book that I learned so much
That's my
from
favorite
A to
book.
B. From A to B. Honey, I thought the kid lived in the placenta.
Good
That's
deal. Well, you also thought babies were born out of people's butts.
in seventh
Well,
grade, baby. In seventh grade, I'll repeat it. If you guys want to know all the gossip about me, I'll tell you guys, cabrona. So, okay, here comes a day. I'm reading the books. My sister has been having contractions for 2 weeks nonstop. So there I go. I have my backpack straight out of work. The next day, I go to Fontana. I stay there for the weekend. Nothing happens. I come home. I'm on call. I'm standby. There I go on the weekend again. I come back home, and I'm like, I felt like that Lucy Ricard episode with Ricky's just waiting and waiting. So finally we go on this amazing hike that, first of all, I don't know how she did it. It's steep, steeper than where I work. And she did it great. And then we got home, and I said, okay, I'm only going to wait a little bit because I'm going to work tomorrow. And so then I'm waiting. Nothing happens. So I come home. I start repacking my bag because I have to have it in the car. And then she calls me. She's like, you need to come back. And I was like, no offense, but I know she's listening. I was thinking really like, we've already gone through this for a whole week. Like, so there's an app where you track your contractions, and it tells you when to go to the hospital. So she says it's actually accurate, blah blah blah. So then I go back. My mom is there. We're sitting there. Me and my mom are sitting there in the damn couch. My mom is very old school, so my mom is not going to be on her phone or read a book or just relax. She's just staring at my sister, like, just like. And then I'm just like, I'm chilling, I'm on the phone, whatever. And then Alex is cleaning, she's cleaning, they're finishing up the laundry, she's breathing, she's stopping, but she's also getting all the meals ready for like the kids because she has two
Hmm,
children.
of course.
And I'm just thinking like, and they're still washing their last load, and then she stops in between contractions. She gets on her knees on the Boso bowl, whatever it's called, and he holds her up with this like scarf thing, and they breathe it out together. Then they get up and they continue to do what they're doing, and I'm like, wow, what the hell is happening?
Yes.
And you just have to get it done. Because when you're parents of multiple children or even another one, you just have to get it done. And it's just the admiration at that point. And my mom trying to help. And my sister needed her space. So here we go. We go to the hospital. She had been laboring for quite some time. And then she goes at midnight. She goes, "Oh, well, I'm going to go to sleep." I'm going to go to sleep. Should we go to the hospital? She goes, "I know when I should go," which I'm a little scared because I just think you go, but this is her third kid. She's like, I'd rather labor here where I can relax on the bed or whatever, versus when I'm there, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be hooked up to the machine and then I can't even walk around.
Hmm.
So when we got to the hospital, she's having an all natural, no epidural, no, not even a little CBD, no
Damn.
nothing, girl. And this is her second child. Her first children, she had epidural, and she wants to do it because she's just very holistic and very natural, and she wants to let her body do everything it's supposed to because it
This
knows
is
how.
her third kid.
This is her third.
And the first two, she had epidural.
She had epidural.
I
One of
got
them, they
you.
broke the water. The other one, she didn't know when it broke because it wasn't like it broke at home or anything. So those
Hmm.
two times she didn't experience her water breaking.
Hmm.
Um, and so then she's laying there and she's breathing, and she had already told me, we had talked about a few things that she would like me to bring to the delivery room.
Hmm.
And so I brought my stuff. So
Like
as
what?
she's
Can you share on here?
Yeah,
Is that
I think
allowed?
so. Yes, she wanted to bring a speaker because she wanted to play certain types of music. We didn't talk
Okay.
about the playlist.
You didn't talk
Um,
about the playlist.
no, but I
You
kind
just
of
knew
know
you
her,
were
so
gonna play music.
yes. And I
Okay.
kind of know her, so I think I know what I would have picked. But it would have been some pretty earthy, and then maybe a
Okay.
little Shakira, just a poquito.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And
Just shake
Julieta
that baby
Venega,
out.
and then Tori Kelly, who's her ultimate favorite, and she's kind of
Okay.
also does like gospel
Uh-huh.
Christian. So
Uh-huh.
Tori Kelly would have been in the mix, um, and maybe a little Usher. So, so then I had my
Mm-hmm.
singing bowl, and then
She has to bring it.
yes,
And
and
then,
then I actually brought something that I just now thinking back, I'm like things happen the way they're supposed to be. I made a like a bracelet out of my dad's one of his shirts after he passed away, one of his favorite shirts that he
oh,
wore often. So I just cut a piece of the shirt and I just kind of stitched it together, and I would just kind of put it as a like a como una bracelet, but it's just
yeah.
cloth, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I made that and I wore that for my first LA marathon, and I wore it. And then when she got married, I think she did the same thing and put it on her bouquet, the same T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I had brought it with me to put it on her wrist
Mm-hmm.
at some point. Um, and then I brought essential oils that you gifted me for the nose so you can breathe to help you relax or breathe or like pain. And then I brought some lotion. Um, what else did I bring? For myself, like a bottle of water, a bunch of snacks. I did bring a snacks. So we get there, honey. Let me tell you, we didn't have time for no snacks because when that lady started feeling the pain, oh my gosh, at first, I guess I couldn't understand what was really happening because Alex and I were talking, and it's almost like now replaying it, I really have to reflect back on that day. Like it's gonna take me a few months to reflect every single thing because I just replay it. But anyways, we were having a conversation, and it's almost like she got annoyed, which she has every right because it was like, "Hey guys, I'm having a baby here,"
Yeah.
and we're talking about like. So I don't remember, but I think we were in such a high that we had just gotten there and we're just like, "Oh my God, this is happening." But like it
You're
almost
just
takes
talking with each other.
it almost takes like a little bit to snap you out of reality. Like this shit is about to happen. So
Yeah.
she's laboring and the baby's not coming, and just the pain of seeing her in so much pain was breaking my heart, and I was trying really hard not to cry. But then as soon as a contraction passed, it was like nothing was happening.
Mhm.
And she's very like me. So it's almost she reminds me a lot of myself, the way she's goofy and she talks to the nurse came in, she's like, "Oh girl, like where'd you get those shoes?" Like in between contractions,
Yeah.
Or like this is my like and so seeing like a small reflection of me in her and my family saying that I'm the strongest in the family because I've gone through two cancer journeys. In that moment, I thought like, I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Like this is the
Oh.
strongest human being. Like there is nothing about it. And as the things progressed and the pain kept going so severe, I remember looking at her and her eyes were not open. They were like kind of half closed and her eyes were rolled to the back of her head.
Mhm.
And at that moment, I thought, oh my gosh, like I didn't even think about the baby. I thought like, oh my God, my sister's gonna die.
Oh my God.
But just to see her be so strong and an advocate for herself, because at some point the doctor wasn't very nice and she told the doctor like, you're not encouraged, you're discouraging me. And I feel like at that point we have to somehow try to remember we're human and we come first. Like, yes, you're my doctor and you're helping me, deliver this miracle, but to see her still be an advocate for herself at that particular moment, she's be an advocate for her child.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
and just to be able to be aligned like that with God, because I remember telling her when she was like in so much pain, I just kept whispering like, align with God, align with God, align with God, like he's here, because she kept saying like, I can't, and I'm like, he's here. Ah. And
Hmm.
the baby, he had the cord wrapped around his neck two times, which is a little scary, but the doctors moved
Yeah.
so fast, like it's almost like nothing happened.
Mhm.
But I feel like all of that is everything is a miracle, because even until the time you are born, you still don't know if your baby's going to be okay.
Oh yeah.
And that's like people don't really realize that, and how many people really suffered through this. So
Yeah.
many people suffered through this, and it's just makes me even realize how more of a miracle. I mean, I always knew that life is a miracle, but in that moment, and then you know what? Can I tell you what I really realized like a week after? I was like, he's so tired. He keeps yawning in all the little videos that they send in the family. I'm like, he's so tired. And then people are like, why is he tired? He's a baby. He was just born. And I was thinking, yo, did you just realize the toughest part of his entire life was being born and helping like be you have to be so in sync with your mother to bring your life to
Yeah.
reality. And that is like I was thinking about it. I was like, that is so beautiful, because at that should be like I'm speaking for myself, like my ride or die, like my forever, which my mom is. But the way life works, it's like I saw them fight each other, like with each other to be born. And it's just like, man, that's so special. Like that is like the biggest form of teamwork in the history of human. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm
Mhm.
trying to
Yes,
say? I don't
I
know if
got
I'm trying to
you.
explain
No,
myself.
you're saying it great.
Um, but and then I think back and I'm like, damn, I could always be a better daughter. Maybe I could, and then it's just like makes me feel a little sad.
Hmm.
Like when I see that life being brought to life in front of my eyes, like it makes me maybe want to fight a little bit more
Hmm.
now that I can.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like maybe it would help me reflect. My mom didn't have an epidural. My mom didn't have half of the shit they have now. So
Yeah.
did me and my mom suffer together? Hell yeah, we did.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So
Entering
maybe
this world, yeah.
reflecting, yeah, maybe I need to fight a little bit more for whatever that means. I don't know what that means. That's for me to figure out. So that was the greatest gift ever given to me. One of the greatest gifts ever given to me is to be able I feel very honored that they feel the love that I have for them. So that was
No, that's
amazing.
so
Little baby
amazing. I
Noah,
love
little
it.
baby
Little
Noah,
Noah.
6.5 little baby, tiny little guy.
Hi.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Labor fucking scares me.
Does it? Does it?
Yes, it always has. I mean, I have Mackenzie, but still, it still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I could do it, to be honest. I don't think even with medicine. I don't think
Girl,
after
I
seeing
say
that,
the
I
same
really don't.
thing.
I don't think I can. I told you when I came back because I took a few days off and I came back and I said I will never ever ever experience that again. So I said, so don't ask me to be there.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Oh boy, but women are strong. They're so freaking strong.
Isn't it just amazing though?
It is absolutely amazing.
Why don't you guys like, follow, share with your comadre, your tío, your cousin, your friend? Just hit that subscribe button.
See y'all next week.
See you next week.